It's time for a crash course about these world governments, no matter what side of the aisle you own. Again, I've never voted, never will vote. Jesus' name ain't on the ballot, so I'm not voting for Democrats or Republicans. But all government on earth ran by man was inspired by Satan. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you some stuff, and this is from BibleStudy.org. 13 represents all governments created by men, inspired by who? Satan, in outright rebellion against the eternal. When you look at that dollar bill, there are all kind of 13 symbolisms on that dollar bill. When you look at it, the number 13 is a symbolism of rebellion. This country was founded on rebellion because it started off with how many colonies? 13. They broke off from the original Illuminati, the original cabal, which was in Europe. Okay? So we are tied to London. That's who our debt is to. Do you realize that your social security number and your birth certificate is deemed collateral by this government? So as in the flesh, you do not belong to yourself because the government has you deemed as collateral. But who we in debt to? Okay? We were a republic and then went to a corporation. Okay? Nasara Jasara. That is very true. The cue ball people believe it, but it is actual fact. When we had a certain president sign this country over. Okay? 1913, I believe, that's when the Federal Reserve was created. The number 13 symbolizes rebellion, lawlessness in the Bible. Nimrod, the mighty hunter who was before the Lord, meaning he tried to take the place of God. Genesis 10 and 9 was the generation 13 in Ham's line. Ham was one of Noah's sons who survived the flood. Now, let me show you something about Israel. Now, in Israel, that same pyramid we have on our dollar bill, why does Israel, this is just to show you that all governments are Babylonian, okay? So you can stop all the tribalism about what side. As I continue to say, they all work for Satan. The country of Israel, in their Supreme Court order, this is their government building, ladies and gentlemen, they have a pyramid on top of their building. Why would they have that same pyramid that we have on our dollar bill with the eye of Horus, with the eye of Satan coming out the top of that building? Okay, this is the problem with people not understanding what's going on with government right now all over the world. Every government, the government has never done anything good for mankind. Steadily oppression, suppression, depression, repression, repress, depress, suppress, compress the people. And it's always a small number of them that outrule the larger body with power. It's called brainwashing. Okay? People can come out here and say, oh, the Democrats, oh, the Republicans, but they all work for the same dude. And his name is Satan, folks. Okay, let's go back. What is the UK doing right now? The UK is enforcing digital ID. And Barack Hussein Obama has been over there lately. When I don't know if he should or shouldn't be, but he's been. There's the train. But he's been over there. And this same dude about to get caught up in his sex trafficking with little children, ordering thousands of dollars in hot dogs and pizza. Okay, while people have been coming up missing that's been trying to bust him. Same with Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. They all, folks, and you got the Bushes, you got the Republicans and the Democrats. Oh, it's WWE TV. They on television hating each other. Then years later, when they get out of office, they had balls together. They having a good time. Okay, how is that when y'all was running against each other and pointing the finger at each other? Then when you get out of office and you retire, y'all all on the same golf club. This is why they overthrew their government, their parliament in Nepal, because they were sick and tired of being lied to. And that's what's getting ready to happen here, folks. Okay? You're supposed to be on God's side. Not the blue side, not the red side. That's called tribalism. But it's no different with sports. You know, hey, I'm a Browns fan. I'm a Steelers fan. I'm a Detroit fan. I'm a Lions fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Pepsi fan. You're a Coke fan. Divide and conquer. Separation, confusion comes from the enemy, comes from Satan himself. So I just wanted to pop on here and give everybody a quick whoop to do about what we see. And what did Jesus say about that inscription on the money? Okay, give it back to Caesar. He's just collecting what's his. He's just upgrading his money to a digital currency. But Jesus said, render unto God what belongs to him. Our government number is 12, okay? It's based on the number 12. When you cross the river Jordan in the book of Joshua, go back, commandment of God, and gather 12 stones. This is the foundation, okay? It's the foundation of godly governance. We'll get more into that. I've done this before, but we'll get more into that in detail later on. But all governments, folks, are Babylonian, and I just want folks to understand that. Before you start jumping on what side of the aisle way, well, they're going to do that. It doesn't matter what they're going to do, because it's going to fall via the scriptures, Revelation chapter 6. And then that same beast system, which is the government, they're going to be telling people to choose and take that mark. Okay? But that beast system is already, that foundation has already been laid. The mark of the beast is not just one piece. It's multiple pieces. All it is an identity. And you are claiming to be, and just like the churches, okay, the 501 garbage. The reason why they had to shut their doors when it all popped off is because they didn't get their authority from the Most High to open the doors of their church. They had to go to the government to get a paper that called them a non-profit. So when they wanted to stick people and turn churches into a clinic, look at what T.D. Jakes did. They had to obey, because they got their walking papers from the government. In order to be tax exempt and a non-taxable entity, they had to call themselves that, and that paperwork had to come from the government, which is the beast. Okay? That's what the Lord is pulling us out of. Okay? Deuces.